Humidity is trying to destroy everything that you and I love. I promise you that's a real statement, that's not hyperbole. Humidity is definitely trying to destroy this guitar that belongs to my friend Carl. Now in this video, there's a lot of things going on. The biggest thing going on in this is I have to fix a friend's guitar. The other one is, well, the guitar that I'm fixing is a really, really cool Martin that are still great values. It's a DM from the 90s. It's a very cool guitar. Now, the third part of this is that Humidity is trying to destroy this guitar. So this guitar is it belongs to my friend Carl, who is a beacon of hope and joy and optimism in the world. And this guitar is used for camping and canoe trips and front porch hangs, and I mean, this guitar gets used a lot, and it's become really hard to play over the years, and then it's also simultaneously really high action and still kind of buzzy, so this guitar needs some TLC. If those things, if fixing guitars, learning about undervalued old Martins, if friendship and fixing guitars and learning how to deal with humidity, if any of those are attractive to you, you should subscribe. I'm Jeremy, I'm the Guitar Hunter, and I teach people how to buy and sell guitars and make meaningful friendships along the way. And this is a good concentric circle in which my friend Carl, his guitar, an old Martin that needs repair so that he can make more music and make more friends. This is a good one. So anyway, this is a Martin DM from the 90s. Holy moly, I forgot. Okay, so I put this humidipack in here. Let me pull it out so you can see it. So this is an early 90s, mid 90s. Holy God, it's so dirty. So it's a DM, it's model number 636, so that put it in the mid 90s. I think they hit around million around the year 2000. And I can already tell this guitar, it has a lot of belly, has a whole lot less than it did a month ago when I put the humidipack in. There's a little, the center seam is starting to open up, and yeah, this guitar just needs some love, needs some TLC. So let me, actually before I take the strap off, let's hear how it sounds just as it is right now, and then we'll do all the repair stuff. Man, these strings are so dead. Man, so the first thing we have to do is just take the strings off, clean everything. It is so dusty and so dirty. And this thing just needs a lot of love and TLC. I will be restringing it with Stringjoy, not a sponsor, but I do have a bunch of Stringjoy strings because they've used my likeness in a bunch of videos and blah, blah, blah. I like them. If you want to know my feelings on Stringjoy, find it. I'm not going to put a card there. Get out of here. Montage time of cleaning, repairing, getting rid of cobwebs. Boom. 8-inch and 11/16 nut. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling a little crampy there. So yeah, this is a late 90s Martin DM. I did restring it. I took the action down. I cleaned it. It was super dirty, and it turned out really well. I mean, this is a really good sounding guitar. Now, it does still play a little hard. The action is a little high. It's bluegrass high, bluegrass low, however you want to look at it. I think you could take another bit out of the saddle. I didn't really want to, but mostly because I know Carl. I know how he plays. He's a first position guy, so for let's leave the most tone we can with the best break angle on the saddle, and then we'll just give him some, you know, between the truss rod adjustment and the bridge adjustment, it's going to play great in the first position, and it sounds killer. So if you don't know about these are American made, right? Let me confirm that. Made in the USA. Yeah, so this is made in the USA in the late 90s. These were made through the early 2000s. This guitar reminds me of my youth pastor's guitar. That's why everything I'm playing is like... Everything is just strummy, jangly, Christian-y stuff. But this is the kind of guitar that I learned how to play on. This is the kind of guitar that made me fall in love with Martin guitars. After playing one of these for a long time, I saved up and I bought a D15. So these are also, I think, they are one of the last holdouts of amazing quality guitars that you can still get under $1,000. And I hesitate to say that because usually when I say stuff like that, then people use those videos to then pump up the values of the guitars that they're trying to sell on Reverb or eBay or whatever. But solid Sitka spruce top. These are, I'm pretty sure these are laminate back and sides. It's basically a D16 with laminate back and sides. But when it comes to a D16, I can't tell a difference from tone. That's the craziest thing. The craziest thing about these guitars is they have so much bass and low end. They're better than the Martin Shenandoahs. Martin Shenandoahs always sound boxy and they don't have enough low end, enough mids. They just sound very shimmery. Where with these, man, they, if anything, they're on the other end. Like, they're not as bright, as shimmery, but they have, like, so much gas in the tank for the low end and the bass. But anyway, I'm super excited about this guitar. Do I have anything else to say about it? I think it's time. Let's pack this up. Carl will be back from work here in a little bit. And so we'll finish this video with me taking this over to Carl, and then you'll get to meet him. Because like I said, that dude is a beacon of joy. Especially over the last couple of years. He's been such a good friend and neighbor. He is just... man, he's a good guy. Let's run this thing over to Carl. Man, it's like, it really does sound so good, and you should put a gear reminder for Martin Road series for a DM, the DR, the D. I think there's a D2R that's basically like an HD28 with rosewood back and sides, has a volute on the back of the neck. Those are $1,200, but still just amazing guitar. So yeah, keep an eye out for him. Knock, knock.
Hey,
Carl.
come on in, Jeremy. Lots more space.
That's what we did a video on your other guitar. Well, I guess you weren't in that video. I did a video.
Yeah, on the
Blue Ridge.
Blue Ridge. You can just set it right down here where we can look at it more clearly. And
so I love these. This is my youth pastor used to have a guitar like this, and that's what I learned on. But put a strap button on it.
yes, very nice. Yeah, that's better than the way I set it up when I first got it. 20 plus years ago, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
I just tied it with a thong around there, and that's much more elegant and better.
And so here's your old strap in here. And
so what did you find?
so it was super, super dry. This seam in the middle has started opening up.
Oh, you know what? I can see that. I mean, you can actually almost, yeah, you can grab it with your fingernail.
Thankfully, there's a piece of wood underneath that, so it's not the end of the world. We're okay. So what I did was I put a humidipack in it, and I left it in the case for 6 weeks, probably.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Okay.
But it's really come down. So at first, the action was a lot higher.
Okay.
And so I got it humidified properly, restrung it, lubricated the nut slots, and then just got it going again. It sounds great.
So what should I do going forward with it as far as maintaining it so it doesn't get in that shape again? Guitars
are like us. They like 65, 70 degrees. They like 40 to 60% humidity.
Right.
So the big thing is like, well, it depends on how you heat your house.
Well, I have radiators.
Yeah, super dry.
So, well, it's not as dry as forced air.
Okay.
But it tends to be quite dry in the wintertime, and then I run the air conditioners, and that's really dry.
Yeah.
And the guitars have been sitting here, so I have to start rethinking what I'm doing with these other instruments as well, I'd imagine.
I think part of it is probably keep it in a case. Well, for a while, this one should be in a case with a humidipack.
Okay.
To continue, because see how the bridge is kind of tilted forward this way?
Actually, I do. The whole thing.
So it was a lot more than it is.
But
yeah, so that's where it's just a lot of tension. It also just hasn't been played a ton. But I put lighter strings on it than were on it. And but I think other than that, it might not be a bad idea to get some hygrometers for your house, the little humidity gauges, and just like in the winter where you're like, oh, I'm at 20%.
Yeah.
That's when you can just put like a pan of water out or something.
Well, I've talked for a while because it does get dry about getting a humidifier. To put a little bit more moisture in there.
Exactly. Yeah, but, and you'll find you're a little happier and you'll make it through winter a little better than.
I'm looking forward to actually relearning how to play this.
I know. I heard you playing the other night. That's where I was like, I gotta get it fixed.
Yeah, and actually have somebody lined up to give me some lessons because since I've been playing the ukulele for a number of years, unfortunately most of my skills with the guitar probably have dropped off the face of the earth. So this is the one that I really want to learn.
Yeah. The last thing I did was I straightened the truss rod. I figured you're a first, maybe second position player. So we're not gonna.
That's
so it's
where I'm
comfortable below the 5th fret. Like I think you'll be good with that.
Okay.
And I literally live next door. So if you need anything else, let me know.
Absolutely.
I refer to you as a beacon of joy, which I believe.
Oh shoot! Well, it's just a blessing to have you as a neighbor.
Yeah, man. Well, this is so good. Thanks for letting me work on your guitar.
Well, thank you for doing the work on it. I appreciate it. Thanks.